Trump Legal Cases Daily Digest, January 16, 2024. Hello and welcome to News Media Hant's Daily Digest. This week Trump's legal calendar focuses on the E. Jean Carroll defamation case. Tuesday, Maine ballot disqualification appeal written decision. Wednesday, Colorado SCOTUS 14A, last day for Trump brief and last day for amicus curiae briefs. Thursday, probable D.C. Circuit merits decision in Trump presidential immunity. Friday, Maine 14A, last day for Trump notice of appeal filing to the decision of the Superior Court. Saturday. Stay tuned for more developments on these cases. Now, let's get started with a surprising report from Virginia officials on misreported 2020 election votes before jumping into the E.J. Carroll case. Election reporting errors in Virginia fuel Trump's baseless fraud claims. Election officials in Virginia have acknowledged misreported results in the 2020 election, with errors artificially inflating Donald Trump's total while subtracting votes from Joe Biden. Eric Olson, the director of elections for Prince William County, attributed these mistakes to improper reporting during the 2020 election, stating, "The reporting errors did not consistently favor one party or candidate but were likely due to a lack of proper planning, a difficult election environment, and human error." Olson revealed that Biden received 1,648 fewer votes than he should have, while Trump was awarded 2,327 excess votes. Although the errors did not impact the overall outcome in Prince William County or Virginia, they add fodder to Trump's unfounded claims of widespread election fraud. Despite the acknowledgement of errors, Olson emphasized that the mistakes did not meet the threshold for triggering a recount and did not reflect a deliberate attempt to undermine the electoral process. He highlighted improvements made to county elections management and the ongoing dedication of election officials to transparency and the integrity of the democratic process. This revelation comes amid ongoing scrutiny over election results, with Trump continuing to propagate baseless fraud allegations that have contributed to a challenging environment for elections officials nationwide. Trump faces damages in E. Jean Carroll trial amidst ongoing attacks. As the defamation trial commenced to determine additional damages for former Elle columnist E. Jean Carroll, attorney Sean Crowley argued that Donald Trump's lies unleashed his followers to go after her, perpetuating the defamation and abuse. Crowley highlighted Trump's continued false statements, asserting, "How much money will it take to make him stop?" The attorney emphasized the swift and brutal impact of Trump's response when Carroll accused him, noting the degradation of her reputation in just a matter of days. Despite a prior jury finding Trump liable for sexual abuse and defamation, Crowley asserted that Trump persisted with the same lies, prompting the question of financial consequences to deter further attacks. On the first day of the trial, Trump, despite already being on the hook for $5 million in damages, took to his Truth Social account to unleash a barrage of posts attacking Carroll. His digital tirade accused Carroll of fabricating her story, attempting legal extortion, and being influenced by a lunatic radical left Democrat operative attorney. Trump's relentless online assault, while subject to judicial limitations, underscores the challenges of restraining his public attacks. It raises questions about the effectiveness of financial penalties in deterring a figure like Trump, who continues to exploit his social media presence to malign his accusers. Meanwhile, the ongoing legal battle sheds light on the intersection of Trump's legal troubles and his political standing. Despite facing significant damages in the Carroll case, Trump's popularity within the Republican Party remains largely unscathed. His dominance in the Iowa caucus and the reluctance of GOP rivals to condemn his treatment of Carroll highlight the complex dynamics at play, emphasizing the resilience of Trump's political support even amid legal challenges and continued attacks on his accusers. Jury seated as trial begins in Trump defamation lawsuit. Former President Donald Trump's defamation trial initiated with the seating of a 9-member jury, as prospective jurors underwent intense scrutiny regarding their political leanings and potential biases. Notably, 2 individuals who expressed beliefs in the unfounded claims of election fraud were excluded from the jury, reinforcing the trial's focus on the defamation case brought by E. Jean Carroll. The selected jurors exhibit diverse backgrounds, including a subway system worker, a German immigrant, a newlywed in property management, and a master's degree holder working as a publicist for a tech firm. Judge Kaplan took time to explain the case's scope, emphasizing that the trial would solely address the issue of monetary damages related to Trump's defamatory statements following Carroll's rape accusation. Highlighting a previous court decision that established Trump's liability for the alleged sexual assault, the judge underscored the limited scope of the current proceedings. The courtroom interactions and exclusions during the jury selection process reflect the intricacies of a trial where the former president faces consequences for his statements, setting the stage for a closely watched legal battle. Judge sets firm tone as Trump defamation trial commences. As the trial for E. Jean Carroll's defamation lawsuit against Donald Trump began, Judge Lewis Kaplan established a resolute tone, instructing the jury that they must acknowledge Trump's false statements and determine damages solely for the defamatory remarks made in June 2019. The judge emphasized, Ms. Carroll did not make up her claim of forcible sexual abuse, underscoring the need to evaluate the harm caused by Trump's denial of the rape allegation. Kaplan categorically declared that the trial is not a revisiting of past findings but a focused assessment of damages related to specific statements. The courtroom dynamics were marked by Trump's presence, with prospective jurors expressing surprise upon realizing the former president was among them. Trump attentively observed the jury selection, paying particular attention to those who indicated support for him. The trial's significance was highlighted by Sean Crowley, Carroll's attorney, who asserted repeatedly that Donald Trump sexually assaulted Carroll, emphasizing the damage to her reputation. Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, countered, arguing that Carroll sought to capitalize on the allegations and insinuating that attacks on her credibility were not solely influenced by Trump's comments. The trial promises to scrutinize the boundaries of free speech, defamation, and the potential financial repercussions for Trump's statements. Counsel for Carroll strongly advocated for highly substantial damages to Carroll. In the defamation damages trial against former President Donald Trump, Jean Carroll's lawyer, Sean Crowley, passionately urged the jury to award a very significant amount in damages to her client. Crowley emphasized the impact of Trump's defamatory statements on Carroll's life, stating, "You will also be asked to decide how much money Donald Trump should have to pay as punishment for what he's done and to deter him and others from doing it again." She argued for substantial damages, highlighting Trump's status as a self-proclaimed billionaire. Furthermore, Crowley pointed out that Trump's relentless attacks on Carroll have not ceased, as evidenced by his posting more defamatory statements, more lies about Ms. Carroll in this case during his presence in the courthouse on Tuesday. Crowley shed light on the profound fear that Carroll now lives with, a sentiment she plans to testify about during the trial. The lawyer emphasized the destruction of Carroll's sense of safety and the severe damage to her professional reputation, resulting in a decline in writing and television appearances. Despite potential attempts by Trump's lawyers to use television appearances to argue that Carroll sought attention, Crowley urged the jury not to be swayed, emphasizing the relentless nature of Trump's attacks and the significant toll they have taken on Carroll's life and career. Trump's legal team denounces trial as Carroll pursues alleged windfall. As Donald Trump's defamation trial regarding Jean Carroll's accusations unfolds, his attorney, Boris Epshteyn, labeled the proceedings straight out of a banana republic in a brief statement to reporters. Epshteyn raised concerns about Manhattan's Democratic majority, despite official records indicating otherwise, suggesting an unfair trial environment. Despite a previous jury finding Trump liable for sexual abuse, Epshteyn maintained Trump's innocence, emphasizing his consistent denial of the allegations. The attorney argued that Trump has the right to defend himself against what he deems as false accusations from Carroll. In a contrasting stance during the defense's opening statement, Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, characterized Carroll's pursuit of damages as an attempt to secure a windfall over mere mean tweets from Twitter trolls. Habba sought to downplay the alleged harm Carroll claimed to have suffered, challenging the severity of the impact of Trump's defamatory statements. The defense portrayed Carroll's lawsuit as an opportunistic endeavor to capitalize on negative social media comments unrelated to the specific defamatory statements under trial. Habba argued that Carroll's successful career and increased visibility suggest her motivations are fame-driven, using the trial to obtain unwarranted financial compensation. Former President Trump made a swift exit from Manhattan federal court before the commencement of opening statements in his defamation damages trial. While he participated in jury selection earlier in the day, Trump opted not to return after the lunch break, citing a campaign event scheduled in New Hampshire. Although his attorney hinted at his potential return for part of tomorrow's proceedings, where Jean Carroll is anticipated to be the initial witness, Trump's limited presence in the trial's early stages adds an intriguing element to the high-profile legal battle. As the trial adjourned for the day following opening statements, the stark contrast in perspectives between Trump's legal team and Carroll's pursuit of damages became evident. The defense aimed to redirect the focus from Trump's defamatory statements to the alleged motives behind Carroll's legal actions, setting the stage for a contentious legal battle over the coming days. Appeals Court rejects Twitter's bid to block access to Trump's DMs in federal probe. The D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals dealt a blow to Twitter's attempt to prevent special counsel Jack Smith from accessing records related to former President Donald Trump's Twitter account as part of a federal election interference investigation. The court's rejection of Twitter's appeal, reported by ABC News, solidifies Smith's authority to obtain metadata and specific direct messages sent by Trump before the suspension of his Twitter account following the January 6 Capitol attack. While the full court did not provide a detailed opinion, a minority of conservative judges issued a statement expressing concerns about the ruling potentially overlooking executive privilege issues. This decision ensures that the records and data obtained by Smith from Twitter remain in play, raising the question of whether the social media giant will pursue an appeal to the Supreme Court. As previously reported, Twitter had covertly opposed Smith's efforts to secure Trump's Twitter data. The rejection of the appeal underscores the court's dismissal of Twitter's arguments against complying with the investigation. The statement from conservative judges hints at the complexity of balancing investigative needs with potential executive privilege claims, leaving room for ongoing legal discussions about the boundaries of access to digital records in high-profile cases involving former public figures.
Thanks for watching. If you like it, comment and hit the like and share buttons. Subscribe for future videos.